Hey YouTube, thanks for visiting. Hope all you are doing well. So we are starting in this session the solution of WBSET mathematical science. Just a second. Hmm. So 27th of WBSET mathematical science 2025 that already held in uh, the 18th of December 2025. So today in this session we are going to discuss the topic of complex analysis, that is the questions from complex analysis, the questions from linear algebra, and the questions from one question that is comes from Boolean algebra. That is actually, you can say that this is an question from linear algebra. So let's start to solve the questions of complex analysis first. So what is the question first? So the question number one, this is the number one question. It says that the residue of 1 by z cube minus z square at z equal to infinity is. So we all know that how to find the residue at z equal to infinity. So residue of fz at any function at z equal to infinity, that means we all know that the residue at z equal to 0 of the function minus 1 upon z square f of 1 upon z. So z at infinity means z at this. So residue of this means residue of this. So here given that fz equal to 1 by z cube minus z square. So this is equal to 1 by z square into z minus 1. Fine. Now f of 1 by z equal to what? F of 1 by z equal to, that means z square by 1 by z minus 1. Z equal to 1 by z, simply this implies z square into 1 minus z, and this is actually z cube. Z cube. So z cube by 1 minus z. Now 1 by z square, f of 1 by z, this is equal to what? This is equal to z by simply 1 minus z, z by 1 minus z. Now residue at z equal to 0 of minus 1 by z square, f of 1 by z, this is equal to what? Residue, no, this is limit. What is the pole of this at 0? Sorry, limit z tends to 0, z into minus this function, that means minus 1 upon minus z by 1 minus z, I think this one. Yeah. So that means this complete limit is 0. Okay. So residue of this is 0. That means what is the answer? The answer is option number 3. Did I do the question correct? So I think the answer is 0. Check once if you any mistake can find. Okay. Just there is okay, I think. So next question. Next question is this one. Question number 2. It says that what is the minimum possible value of this? This is a standard complex basic questions of complex analysis. We know that for the function mod of z minus a whole square plus mod of z minus b whole square plus mod of z minus c whole square, if fz equal to this, then what is the minimum value? The minimum value is equal to this a plus sorry, not a, mod a square plus mod b square plus mod c square minus, here the number of variable is 3, into mod of a plus b plus c by 3 whole square. So this is our formula to calculate this question. So what is the value of a? A is equal to 0. b is equal to 3 and c equal to 6i. Now mod of a square plus mod b square plus mod c square. This value is what? 9 plus 36, which is equal to 45. Now what is mod of a plus b plus c? Mod of a plus b plus c, this is by 3, this is equal to what? A square actually. That means 0 plus 3 plus 6i by 3 whole square. That means 1 plus 2i mod whole square, and this is equal to 1 square plus 2 square, that is equal to 5. So the answer is what? The answer is then minimum value. Minimum value equal to mod of a plus b plus c whole square means 45 minus 3 into mod a plus b plus c by 3 the whole square, that is 3 into 5. So the answer is 45 minus 15, it implies 30. Option 3 is the answer. Next question. The function fz equal to sin z in analytic n. This is a very simple question, and we all know that you don't need to solve this question, since we know that sin z function is entire function. Obviously sin z function is entire, that means it is analytic throughout C, throughout the complex plane. That means complete C. No need to go these three options actually, because sin z, cos z are analytic in the full complex domain. Fine. So this is very easy question. Number 4 question is this one. This is a question of complex integration. It says that mod of integration z plus 1 equal to 2 z square dz by 4 minus z square. Fine. So what is the contour? The contour is, suppose 1 2 1 2. This is minus 1 minus 2. So this is a circle at center at, this is a circle centered at minus 1, centered at minus 1 with a radius 2. That means this is the radius, like circle is like this. Fine. 1 2, and here the zeros of the denominator are 4 minus z square. That means 2 plus z into 2 minus z. Fine. 2 plus z into 2 minus z. So 2 plus z into 2 minus z, that means this plus 2 and minus 2 are the zeros of this function, but plus 2 is not inside the circle. That means minus 2 is only the point that is lie inside the circle. Therefore we have to find only, if we apply the residue theorem, then we will know that the formula is 2 pi I into sum of the residue, and residue we have to find only at the point minus 2. So residue at z equal to minus 2 of fz. This is equal to what? This is, if this is the complete f, then what is the formula? Limit z tends to minus 2, z minus minus 2 means z plus 2 into fz means z square by 2 plus z into 2 minus z. This 2 goes to cancel out. That means limit z tends to minus 2. This is z square means 4 by 2 minus minus 2 means 4. This is equal to 4 by 4, that means 1. And the answer is therefore 2 pi I into residue is 1, that is 2 pi I. The answer is option 3, 2 pi I. Next question. So this question says that, what is the question? Let fz equal to z square be a complex potential for velocity vector field v for two-dimensional motion of a fluid then the streamlines are the, what are the streamlines? This we have to calculate. We all know that z equal to x plus iy. If I put, then what is the value of fz first? X plus iota y whole square, this is equal to x square minus y square minus iota into 2xy. Sorry, I think this is plus. So plus. Now f of x plus iota y equal to, the standard format is phi xy plus I psi xy. This phi is called potential. What is velocity potential in standard form? Velocity potential, and this psi is called the stream function. Stream function, fine. And the standard result from the basics of fluid mechanics says that this psi xy equal to constant. Now how you can say that how this comes, that psi equal to constant. Now for that we can check that if f equal to u plus iota v, then u equal to, when we satisfies the Cauchy-Riemann equation, and u equal to psi y, v equal to minus psi x. Now dx or dy by dx, this is equal to v by u. This is the equation of streamline. This is equal to, v means minus psi x by psi y, fine. That means psi y dy plus psi x dx, this is equal to 0, and this is means what? This is means d psi equal to 0. That means psi equal to constant. So this is the equation of stream function. So here what is the psi? This is 2xy. That means 2xy equal to constant. That means xy equal to constant. And we all know that this xy equal to constant is a equation of rectangular hyperbola or hyperbola. Hyperbola or rectangular hyperbola, fine. So the answer is option 1, hyperbola. Next question. So the question says that this is a very classical questions of complex analysis that many times comes in the CSR net exam. Says that let f from c to c be a complex valued function given by f equal to u plus iota v. Suppose that v equal to this, then what is the option is true? F is holomorphic, this cannot be holomorphic, this. So v is given, v equal to 3xy square. Now f is holomorphic, f is holomorphic if both, first we have to satisfy that both u and v satisfied the Cauchy-Riemann equation or CR equation. So now what is the, here v is given, so that means if v supports, if v satisfies vxx plus vyy equal to 0, then we have a complex compound, we get the existence of u. Okay, okay. So that means vxx means 0 plus vyy means uniformly this have to be satisfied. Vyy means 6x, this not equal to 0. That is, there does not exist any u such that we can write f equal to u plus iota v. That means f cannot be holomorphic for any choice of u. Fine. This is a very classic question that many times asked in CSR net exam. Next question. So this question is from the Boolean algebra portion. So it says that x plus xy. So in Boolean algebra, actually three law or basic law or result, you can say, or axioms or law. You have to know. First one is absorption. Absorption. What is absorption? For x plus xy is equal to x. This is the absorption. Number 2 is identity. The three base formulas, which is x plus 0 equal to x for addition and x into 1 equal to x for multiplication, additive identity and multiplicative identity. And third one is idempotent. Idempotent, fine, which is equal to x plus x equal to x. So now here our given question is x plus xy. So x plus xy, this is a law, actually absorption law, which is x is the answer. Fine. So this is very basic questions just based on these three law of algebra, Boolean algebra. These are very common law actually, or axioms you can say. So now the question, so these are the questions of complex analysis, and this one question is Boolean algebra. Now some two or three questions I think in this year comes from the portion of complex analysis. Fine. Sorry, linear algebra. Question number 34 is a question for linear algebra, and these all questions are from X series. Okay, these all questions are from X series. The question number are from X series. Let A be an n by n matrix with real entries such that a to the power k equal to 0. A to the power k equal to 0 now, this is actually O matrix, O n by n. For some k greater than 1, if I stands for the identity matrix n by n, then which of the following is, or then which is true? Now, a to the power k equal to O, that means this strictly indicates that A is an is a nilpotent matrix. This is the definition of nilpotent matrix. And what is the definition of nilpotent matrix? If A is a matrix of n by n and A is a nilpotent matrix, then all the eigenvalues are 0. So 0, 0, 0, 0 up to 0. Number of 0 is n because the order of A is n. So there are n number of 0 eigenvalues of the matrix A. Now I is the identity matrix of order n by n. What is the eigenvalues of I? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, n times n. So what are the eigenvalues of I plus A? We all know that if eigenvalues of I plus A are 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1, dot dot dot, 0 plus 1. This is also n times. That means 1, 1, 1, 1 and 1 n times. Fine. So that means I plus A, the eigenvalues of I plus A are all 1. That means date of I plus A, this is strictly is equal to 1 because all the eigenvalues of 1 are 1, and determinant means the product of eigenvalues. So first option says that I plus A need not be invertible. No, obviously invertible because there are all eigenvalues of I plus A are non-zero. Date of I plus A can be any non-zero real number, no, only one. Wrong. Date of I plus A equal to 1. Option 4 is also not correct. Next question. Question number 40. It says that let A be a 5 by 5 matrix with real entries such that the sum of all entries of each row is 1. Then the sum of entries of a cube is. So sum of all entries is 1. That means 1 is an eigen value of A. But eigenvalues of AQ, how we can find? So that means if 1 is an eigenvalue of A, then we can write, suppose X is eigenvector, then we can write Ax equal to lambda, that is 1 into X, and the standard eigenvalue eigenvector for this is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, 5 by 1. This is an eigenvector for the eigenvalue 1. That means if we find now, if we calculate that A Q X is here equal to some lambda star into X satisfied, then we can say that lambda star is an eigenvalue. Fine. So now we can find that A square X, this is equal to, we can write A into Ax, and ax means x, that is a into x. This is say again x, this is simply x. Now again a cube x, this is equal to what? A into a square x, and a square x means x, this is again x. That is a cube x, this is equal to 1 into x. That is 1 is also the eigenvalue of a cube. Fine. That is, it means each row sum of a cube is again 1. Fine. Again 1. And A is a 5 by 5 matrix. That means this row sum 1, this row sum 1, this row sum 1, this row sum 1, this row sum 1. That is what is the total sum of the all entries. This is equal to 5. The answer is 5. Also, there is an direct formula which is n into the, if this statement holds, then there is a direct formula which is, if row sum is 1 or lambda is the eigenvalue, then what is the lambda of a q, or this, like these questions the same statement holds, then the formula is what is the formula? N into lambda to the power 3, or lambda to the power that holds for this power 3. N means here 5 into 1 to the power 3 is equal to 5. This is the answer from another way. Now, this question is again from linear algebra. I think this is the last questions of today's lecture. Yeah, there does not any other question comes in linear algebra portion. So it says that consider the matrices is this. Then which of the following statements are true? Matrix D is diagonalizable, A C diagonalizable, or eigenvalues of B are real, and this. So first starts with D. So what is D? D is complete. If you see that this D, all the eigenvalues are 0, 0, 0. That means D is an nilpotent matrix. Nilpotent matrix. Also, if you observe, then you can check that dq is equal to 0. That means D is also, again this implies that D is a nilpotent matrix, and we all know that if the nilpotent matrix never diagonalizable. And that means D is diagonalizable, this statement is not true. Then A and C are diagonalizable. Check A. Since this is an triangular matrix, upper triangular matrix, and eigenvalues are 2, 3, 5 and distinct. Distinct eigenvalues means diagonalizable. That means A is diagonalizable. Fine. So C. If you see that this matrix C is a symmetric matrix. And we all know that symmetric matrix is again a diagonalizable. That means option 2 is true. A and C are diagonalizable. All eigenvalues of B are real. See, how can we calculate the eigenvalues? If we break this B matrix by a block, then we see that this 2 is an eigenvalue. And if these off diagonal elements are non-zero and diagonal elements are 0, then we can find the eigenvalues by plus minus root over of 2 into this product, that is plus minus 2y. So the eigenvalues of B are not all real, so the eigenvalues of B are 2 and plus minus 2y. Not true. And A is diagonal 11, C is not, C is already diagonal, this is not true. So option 2 are correct. So in this video we covered the questions of complex analysis. Number 2 is linear algebra and Boolean algebra. In the upcoming videos we will cover the all portions of WBSET 2025 questions that already the exam already held in December month. Okay, so thank you for watching, and which topic you need the solution of the any topic, then you can comment me for this. Okay, thank you. Let's meet in another video.